maybe it's shadow.
Whoa, whoa, what the hell? Whoa. I didn't know the skyscraper looked like a penis with balls. God damn. Hey guys, welcome back to the reaction channel. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're gonna be talking about all the 16 Polish stereotypes confirmed. That's right, all 16 Polish region stereotype explained. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what else you want me to react to on this channel. I'm trying to, diversify a little bit, not just do music videos. Maybe also talk about, the people. Maybe not talk about the people, just like see what other people think about Polish people. And maybe we should check this video out. It's from the shout out to Well, just Well, WELL dot. That's the name of the channel. So if you like this video, let me know in the comments what else you want me to get into. Let's go. Let's see. Oh, let me just check something. Okay.
Lower Silesian is filled with beautiful hills, mountains, castles, and forests. It's rural but rich because of its natural resources, and it's close to Germany. I also think the region is the perfect setup for dwarf lore. The people are stereotyped as dwarves who are super rich because of their copper and silver mines. And the rest are locals or Ukrainians who wish they were German and drive really badly. The region is culturally mixed from all other parts of Poland. Therefore, it's mostly liberal, so there's no clear regional culture. The voivodeship is great but expensive, and there are floods every now and then. The capital city, Wrocław, has this skyscraper. You may ask yourself, what about it? Well, look at it from this angle, or maybe it's shadow.
Whoa, what the hell? Whoa. I didn't know the skyscraper looked like a penis with balls. God damn. Where's it look circumcised from this angle because of the trees over here? Oh my god, bro. Jesus Christ. Whose good idea was this? Prawe? Co? Mam plan. Kurwa, co to jest plan? Kutasa, kurwa. Skyscraper, kutasa, kurwa. It's bad, bro.
Or maybe it's shadow. Hard to unsee it now, right? Wrocław is filled with easygoing and friendly people who sometimes spend long periods of time in traffic. One thing I like about this city is the architecture. Having been under the rule of Poland, Bohemia, Austria, Prussia, and Germany, Wrocław has many cool buildings and different styles of architecture. Kuyavian Pomeranian.
That is true. Wrocław is beautiful.
Voivodeship is a less invested region in the north-central Poland. The name comes from combining the two historical regions of Kuyavia and Pomerania. The voivodeship has two capitals, Bydgoszcz and Torun, and they have a long-standing rivalry. Torun is a small city in the eastern part of the region. People joke that Bydgoszcz residents are jealous of them because Copernicus was born there, and because gingerbreads come from this city. Yeah, and they name everything after Copernicus. Torun is also older, has a great Gothic town square, and is rich in history and culture. Shut up, we're more industrial, we have the speedway and lots of other things.
Bydgoszcz is lacking. Yeah, Bydgoszcz is lacking a little bit. But again, I don't know why they chose this guy who looks like he's got no facial features to represent Bydgoszcz. I don't think people from Bydgoszcz have no facial features. That's sus.
So we're the true capital of the region. Joking aside though, Bydgoszcz is a fine city. Lublin is a very conservative region. The people are stereotyped as rednecks, and some even joke that they're basically Ukrainians. Why Ukraine?
God damn it, man. You didn't tell me Lublin got them motherfucking rednecks out there, god damn it. Can you imagine like having like a southern accent, but like you speak Polish? Co to jest, kurwa? I don't know if I can do that. Sometimes it's hard to put an accent on Polish because there's only one way to speak Polish, which is without kurwa emotion. Not all the time. Sometimes.
Well, they share a border with Ukraine, and there is a Ukrainian minority in the region. They love nothing more than eating seburaj, which is a kind of onion bread, and wash that down with some perwa beer. Speaking of alcohol, the region is also the production place of
It's just bread with cebula on top of it.
and some quality wine. After drinking all these, the people go to the speedway to watch some races. They also have this town. Try to pronounce it if you can. I'm not even going.
Przeszczeprzewszyn. Przeszczeprzewszyn. Sin. This is sin. So pre. Przeszczeprzewszyn. Przeszczeprzewszyn. O kurwa.
To try. Dublin, the capital city, is filled with students, and they're everywhere. The students party hard at the beginning of each academic year by drinking themselves to an alcoholic coma. Then struggle with their courses for the whole
That's everywhere in Poland.
semester, and finally move out of Dublin because there are no job opportunities. In the city, there are lots of bars, and everything is close by, so you can easily walk home while being drunk out of your mind at night. It's also filled with artists, nationalists, and some weird people, but overall,
Damn.
they're nice.
It's funny that they describe nationalists as nice. Nice nationalists.
Wszystko będzie dobrze. Jeszcze się nam ułoży.
Are you guys gonna watch this? Lubusz. Lubuski.
Lubuski Voivodeship. I have two words for it: forests and wine. Yep, that's pretty much it. The region is relatively poor and often goes unnoticed until something unusual happens there. It has one of the tallest statues of Jesus in the world, and interestingly, there are Wi-Fi antennas on his head, so people get the internet directly from the Jesus himself. Both Zielona Góra and Gossów Wielkopolski serve as capitals, which has led to a bit of rivalry between them over which one is better. They say people from Gossów Wielkopolski have a snake in their pocket, meaning they're stingy and don't like to spend money. And people from
That's the best stereotype that I've ever heard. You're stingy because you have a snake in your pocket. That's a great, like, bit of imaginary. It's creative.
Zielona Góra are also a stereotype as greedy and they love money.
Duh, that's why they have it.
Which voivodeship gets named from
Which?
the city of Łódź, and it used to be one
By
of
the way, which means boat, which makes no sense considering they don't have an ocean. Why? Why would you just name a place boat? Bruh.
the biggest industrial centers of Europe. But what happened? Well, these two. The collapse of textile industry and the fall of communism. These led to depopulation and, I don't know, people becoming depressed and drinking like 24/7. Łódź is in the geographical center of Poland, so you're relatively close to all other regions. Why isn't it the capital instead of Warsaw? It's ugly.
Damn. That's a stereotype that I've heard. I've heard that which is not safe.
The city of Łódź feels like an enormous construction site with lots of aging infrastructure and neglected districts, which is why it's a stereotype as ugly or called the Detroit of Poland. Some Polish
Detroit of Poland.
Geographically dull because compared to other Polish regions, there are not many rivers, canals, or lakes, which makes it a bit ironic, considering the name of the region translates to boat. But enough with the ugly stereotypes. The city has some sort of hipster vibe, it's cheap, the culture is vibrant, and there are lots of great events. And the people, they're lovely working class folks who are crazy about Zalowaika. If you're liking the video so far, please subscribe and check out my other stereotypes videos.
Lesser Poland. Can someone explain to me why they call this Lesser Poland? Is it because there's less people? Or it's less Polish people? Lesser Poland. Is it Morski Polski? More Poland?
Lesser Poland is one of the warmest regions in the country. They have the beautiful Tatra Mountains, and don't you dare say anything bad about their region, because they all carry shepherd accents. They have this city, Kraków. It's rich both culturally and
They still want to be Vikings.
economically. Like, look at this. Beautiful, right? To this day, they still can't believe Warsaw replaced Kraków as the capital. The people are traditional, laid-back, and have an ego as big as the dragon guarding their city. They're also very artsy, stylish, hipster-like, and stingy. So anyways, these were the stereotypes about the people. Generally, they're cool though. If you go there during the summer, you'll barely hear anyone speak Polish because it's filled with tourists. That's a British tourist. He's here for cheap alcohol. Say hello. During the winters, the air quality is something like this, because the city is in a bowl-shaped valley, so polluted air gets trapped inside. They're also famous for these two football clubs. There's a huge rivalry between them and they hate each other, and sometimes it gets ugly. Mazovia is the richest and the most developed voivodeship in Poland. Guess why? Warsaw. Its GDP is so high that it pulls up the numbers for the entire voivodeship. But outside Warsaw, the region is poor compared to the national average. I like to compare Mazovia to Illinois. Both have a major economic hub with the most of the population concentrated in the capital city, while the rest of the region is flat and is filled with farms. Warsaw dominates everything.
Chicago.
Money, politics, statistics, and the city was built from scratch after World War II, and rebuilt in a more American-style model. The infrastructure is good, it's industrial, and the people...
Yeah, shout out to the metro in Warsaw, bro. If you've ever been to the metro in Warsaw, you'll be like, yeah. Clean. It's so clean, even homeless people, like, I need to find a dirtier place to sleep.
Are always in a hurry, talk really fast, and eat a lot of wuzetka. Fact, everyone's there for three things. Money, money, money. People live in their own worlds and feel ridiculous.
Oh yeah, Warsaw, that's the problem with Warsaw, is like the mentality, the average mentality is kill or be killed. And so there's no real sense of community. In Warsaw, if you fall, you just fall by yourself. Everyone else is just... It's mind your motherfucking business.
Detached from the rest of the country and the problems outside the capital. If the government sees a problem in another voivodeship, it's like, that's too bad. But when it happens to Warsaw...
National news!
So Warsaw is a little hated by everyone. And a bit more by Kraków. Even when people talk about something, they often won't even say where it took place. Because of course it happened in Warsaw. They're really proud, and let's not forget about Stoik. The rural people who move to big cities. Yeah, there are a lot of them.
The Stoik actually means Czars. So if you don't know this, it's like people that move from outside of Warsaw and live in Warsaw, they call them Czars. Because the stereotype is they come from their family home with Czars. And I just want to say that if you don't have Czars in your home, that's a red flag. I'm not coming back. There's a good chance that your family doesn't love you and your dad probably molested you when you were younger. So I would never hang out with you. Never. Do you know why? Because you need Czars. Czars are like a sign of love. If you don't have Czars in your home, it means no one loves you. Which means you are incapable of loving anyone else. Are you about to stab me in your apartment, bro? Hell no, bro. Don't trust people unless they have Czars.
There's a lot to do in Warsaw, but only if you can live with the ridiculous traffic, the loud BMWs and Volkswagen Golfs blasting music at full volume, and people driving like they're on the Autobahn. So if you like money, working hard, and a fast-paced life, this is your...
Money, working hard.
Jak dać się ponieść zniżkom, to Allegro Black Weeks. Zbliża się
Black Week. Oh.
your place.
Looks
Nobody
like
lives in
Ukraine.
the Polskie Voivodeship, besides some Germans. They have one of the biggest German minorities in Poland and are often joked about as being Germans in disguise. The region has some quiet little rundown towns, and as for the capital city Opole, it's a cozy little decent place. The air might be
that
polluted,
picture.
but at least you won't be rethinking your life choices while stuck in traffic like many other cities. So yeah, instead, you can go for a swim in the lakes or visit Wyspa Bolko, which is a small green island within Opole's city limits. But hey, if you're a student and want to party till the dawn, you'll have to do it at home, because the streets there look like this after 10 p.m. Subcarpathian, alongside Lublin and Lesser Poland, makes up the Bible Belt of the country. This voivodeship was created in the late 90s, for administrative reasons. And they're religious and conservative, and they also love the duck. This is the duck I'm talking about. It's the nickname for the chairman of PIS, Jarosław Kaczyński. They share a border with Ukraine, which has some similarities to US-Mexico border, like lots of migrants and some other illegal activities. What else? They make some great mayonnaise, and you can always quit your job, head to Bieszczada mountains, drop out of the society, and live as a hermit for the rest of your days. As for the capital city, Rzeszów is a mid-sized city with a certain monument that looks like a, well, the region is a perfect mix of...
I went to Rzeszów once. I was pleasantly surprised. It was bigger than I thought. You know, whenever you see, don't underestimate these names you can't pronounce in Poland, like Rzeszów and stuff. Like, if you see something that you can't pronounce, you should go and see what's going on before you make any assumptions. I thought Rzeszów had one Żabka. I thought it was a village. I thought it was just a car park. I thought it was a project which they said they were gonna build and never did. But I got there, I was pleasantly surprised. They have everything, malls, people. They actually had more money than me. I don't have money, so it's not really hard to beat me, but you get the point.
Western and Eastern Poland. It has Western prices and Eastern wages. The city is also full of wannabes from other provinces, all with backstories more tragic than Aaron Yeager. Yeah, and they never stop talking about their hard-earned education. But let's go to the peak east. It's a stereotype as a wild, uncharted territory with no civilization in sight, inhabited by superstitious people. So you could say that they're old-fashioned, since they're far from the major cities, and a bit under Eastern European influence. But hey, these are just stereotypes. Of course, they don't all live in the Białowieża forest, and they definitely don't ride a European bison to work. They're also seen as mostly religious and poor. Interestingly, these two traits tend to overlap quite often in regions of different countries. They're also a stereotype as being all PIS supporters, but the capital city Białystok is actually quite progressive. So when you look at the voting maps,
it's funny that the capital city's name literally translates to white stock. Białystok. No, I'm joking. That was a joke that someone said. They said they should just change it to Białystok because the number of white people there is absolutely crazy. The diversity is missing in Białystok. But shout out to Białystok, the capital city of Belarus.
Almost looks like a donut. But overall, the majority of people are cool.
They actually are.
Pomorski is a beautiful voivodeship with a Kashubian minority. They have their own Polish, Slavic, Germanic-sounding language, are conservative, and overall, very lovely folks. There's also a place there literally named Hell, with one L, and they used to have a bus line numbered 666.
Yep, and then they changed the bus. That was a very, very interesting thing that I heard. Like, they used to have a bus that goes to Hell, and, you know, it's an island. Apparently, it's a nice place to actually vacation. People go there for vacation. Take bus 666. You go to this little strip of island. That's where Hell is. And in the back of my mind, when someone told me they were there in Hell and they saw a lot of boats and stuff, and I'm like, these are Epstein files just waiting to happen. Boats? Yachts? Hell no. What happens in Hell stays in Hell.
The capital city, Gdańsk, has long been a multicultural city, and it's been shaped by the French, Scottish, Dutch, and German settlers. And also, it's wet cold, so it'll get to your bones. If you go there, bring your windbreaks, go to the beach, and get some waffles. The people from there have a beef with the city of Gdynia. Yeah, they make fun of it by saying that it smells like herring, and that the best thing about Gdynia is that you can buy a ticket to Gdynia.
Yo, man, I'm tired of ads, bro. Like,
Na przykład chcę kupić taki odkurzacz. Wtyczka w kilka sekund znajduje...
Gdańsk.
Slusky.
Silesian voivodeship is famous for its coal mines. The region is heavily industrial and is filled with factories. The average person there is a coal miner who wishes he was born in Germany, misses the communist era, and makes fun of Sosnovitz. I think the best example is the joke that you should get it.
To be fair, everyone makes fun of Sosnovitz. I mean, you can't not. The first letters of the word Sosnowiec are SOS. That means help.
Passport to go to Sosnowiec because it's not part of the country. Also,
It means help.
show you some pictures of Jasna Góra monastery. It looks awesome. The capital city Katowice is incredibly green and it's like the Florida of Poland. Crazy things happen there and you will meet all sorts of people. They throw in lots of German words while speaking, and when it comes to their dialect, there are three
Ja.
groups. One, it's a dialect.
Nein.
Two, it should be
Ja.
treated as a proper national language. Three,
Guten Tag.
I don't give it. The people there are quite welcoming and outgoing and would like to help you out. If they take you to their Oma's house, they're going to
To be honest, that's like most Polish people. I don't know why that seems to be a stereotype here, except maybe Warsaw. Warsaw, it's every man for himself, God for us all.
force feed you so many dumplings and other hearty foods that you won't need food for another 2 weeks. Świętokrzyskie Voivodeship has a monastery in its mountains that, according to the legend, kept the fragment of the cross
Świętokrzyskie.
on which Christ was crucified. That's why Świętokrzyskie translates to Holy Cross. The region is conservative, they used to have witches there, and also a show about a detective priest called Father Matthew. Young people leave the region as soon as they're done with high school. Maybe because this region isn't the wealthiest, it's filled with old people, it's way too windy, and some towns might remind you of 1950s. But if you want to chill, a slow life along the mountains, this region is perfect for you. As for the capital city, Kielce is between these two giants. It's quiet and clean, they hate Radom, and they make some mean mayonnaise and eat way too
Yo, Kielce and Radom, they've been beefing. I think they're just rap beef. I think this is just rap beef, bro. Radom and Kielce have some of the meanest rappers on both sides, I think.
much of it.
Mazovia.
Warmian Masurian region, the land of 1,000 lakes. It's a holiday destination for Poles because there are lots of lakes and just nature everywhere. The people there are obsessed with pikefish, and the place is filled with mosquitoes and bugs. You'll get like 48 bites in an hour. Son, this is a pike. It's the king of the water, just like a lion is the king of the jungle. The region has lots of empty land, it's remote and poorer than other regions. And because there isn't much industry, it's treated like an open-air museum. The capital city, Olsztyn, is pretty much the small village of big cities in Poland. And it's been Polish and German for long periods of time. There's no shortage of towns with commie blocks in this region, also beautiful girls. And they get pissed when people can't tell which region is Warmia and which is Missouri.
I don't live here, bro!
Poland Voivodeship literally means older Poland. It's where Polish history began. Yeah, the first capital of Poland, Gniezno, was located there. You wanna know which voivodeship is the best? Well, that's quite self-explanatory. That just means it was part of the country earlier. On November 11th, they all celebrate the Independence Day and St. Martin's Day by eating their special croissants and chilling, while in Warsaw, the nationalists and leftists clash in their respective marches. The people here are known to be stingy, or as they say, responsible with money. Question: how do you make a cup of tea Poznania style? Fill it to the brim so there's no space for sugar. They also really like potatoes, so much that the capital city Poznania is sometimes called
Ziemniak.
Para City, which means potato for those who don't know. The city is economically powerful, well organized, and filled with hardworking, business-minded people who just get things done. Poznania is also very progressive and left-wing, and the place is filled with anarchists and femboys. They have a ton of regional slang and throw in words during the conversation that you won't understand. For example, they say "tay" a lot, which means something like yo, hey, or hey. I don't know what it really means. There's always some sort of construction going on in Poznania, and it's
Oh yeah, Poznan. That's the one thing that I noted. I was in Poznan that was probably the least impressive city that I went to. No pun, I don't want to disrespect anyone because I didn't really get the chance to go. But like, when I went to Poznan, there was construction everywhere. It felt like the city, they just tore down the city and started again. It was like a new project. And I'm not saying that to demean the place. I just mean that there was a lot of zzzz at 12 p.m. at night. Yikes.
tourists say Kraków or Wrocław, but I gotta say, Poznan's image is mostly damaged by its own residents. There's no other city in Poland that gets so much internal hate. I love it though. The West Pomeranian Voivodeship has had an on and off relationship with Poland. They've switched teams a lot along the way, but it's been Polish after World War II. The Red Army devastated some of its cities, and because there was uncertainty over whether it would remain part of Poland, little was invested in this region. So it ended up somewhat underdeveloped. You can go there to see beautiful high cliffs and relax along the Baltic coastline. You'll probably spot more German retirees than locals. They're everywhere, going to dance events and enjoying life. The capital city Szczecin doesn't really exist. It's always waiting at the end of the line for funding, and there's always some kind of construction going on. The people though are super friendly and love eating Szczecin paprikash. A lot of locals work in Germany and have a mentality that's somewhere between a big city and a small town. Overall, a nice place.
Nice video, man. All 16 Polish Regions Stereotypes Explained. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what else you want me to react to. And again, I don't know. I think it was kind of, it was very accurate. It was one of the most accurate videos that I've watched, I guess, about Poland. But let me know. Tell me what they missed. Tell me if they were wrong. Tell me if Radom and Kelta are not having a beef for hip-hop. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.